sun. But we were flames and fell in love. We burned the cities down, down. Thought you learned to listen. You won't be lonely if you fall in love. Over and over again and again.
Now I'm caught in the middle
Cause without you by my side, I can't survive.
Welcome everyone to the first semi-finals match on the PC side of things within the Meraki Major. So today we have two big names within the Siege community, MementoMori versus ATK. Honestly, these are some big names. I can't wait what both sides have in store for us. Now, honestly, our first map and our second map and our map choices today, just throughout the whole thing, is super exciting. Both myself and my co-caster could have had a long time casting. We had a 3-hour game just before this on the console side of things, where it was super close. It came down to the last map, going 8 and 7. So, guys, before we hop into this game, let me just introduce myself and my fellow co-caster. So, guys, I'm Pleb Plays. I'm a co-caster and of course a streamer for Alley Dogs Gaming, which is an esports organization. And I'm super keen to be here. If you guys want to see more from me, please check out my Twitch channel, and of course we'll have our Twitter links within the chat itself. So further ado, please could you please introduce yourself, to obviously the owner of Vabi Network, and then please from there take us through the games.
Sure, let's. As always, absolutely incredible introduction. I couldn't have said it better myself. So I am the founder and I guess current owner of Viber Network. We're trying to create the first ever professional platform that helps centralize the esports community. So if you guys want to find out more about that, just be sure to check out our socials. But I am a caster for ADG, which is an org in South Africa. Super excited, ladies and gentlemen. We're going back to Clubhouse, which we just had an incredible matchup on the PS4 side of things as teams slugged it out to get into the finals. We're going to see that slug come out once again between these two teams, ATK and Memento Mori. Both teams have loaded in. We're getting this matchup set out. It should be a great one.
I think without further ado, let's hop straight into it and see what these teams have in store for us. Honestly, some big names right now. Meeting some of the players first time. I mean, it's our first time doing a casting for the PC side of things. Of course, we'll do it again tomorrow and eventually the finals on Sunday. Can't wait to see what the PC side has in store for us. Honestly, the console has been super amazing to watch. And of course, the PC side being both myself and Kudu's main platform at this stage. Can't wait to see what our own community has going on. Let's see what happens.
We just want to thank everyone for tuning in here today. You guys have been absolutely incredible during this entire tournament so far. The good luck's having fun coming out in chat from the players here. MementoMori with the first ban of the day. It would be super interesting to see how this compares to the bans that we saw happening on the PS4 side. First up, we do have a Hibana ban. Very typical for this type of map, especially when it comes to trying to open up those hatches, trying to get down below into basements. We will have to see something kind of similar come up from ATK. I'm not sure if they're going to try go for strategy bans here, or perhaps try aim at any specific operators they don't want to have mess with their certain strats.
Honestly, like I said, the Habana was a crucial role, including Maverick, throughout the entire time across many of the different maps, especially last game where we watched the console go at it. Maverick, of course, being the counter, not only to Cade, but of course to the Bandit as well, opening a little hole for himself, and of course having grenades. Maybe if there is a Jaeger ADS right behind, of course you can rely on your teammates' flashbangs or any other methods to waste those ADS charges. Of course, on the defense side of things, we have Maestro being banned, and secondly, Cade as well, just one of the guys we're talking about, making a very easy target for the frag grenades to hop straight down. Even a Maverick now, allowing, of course, Maverick being out. Now, at least Thatcher's still in play, of course, very, very popular amongst these teams, and can't wait to see how this all plays out, going straight into Church and Arsenal room.
Should be a great matchup. We see ATK asking for a knife fight on round 1 of map 1. We see Visual being brought out here by MementoMori. Should be fairly interesting to see what they have planned there. We should see some heavy roaming coming out.
Honestly, seeing the Nerf out, we haven't seen a Nerf out since our first time ever being thrown into a professional scene, which was through the Vanguard side of things. But I mean, if it will be, of course, a Nerf out, it'll be very interesting to see, especially these level of players go straight at it. It might be a joke, but of course, I mean, CC such amazing players go at it. Of course, masters of the game itself, and honestly, know the mechanics back to front. Going straight for everything they have to do. We can see Fish and of course Pancake going straight for the roam. Maybe even getting hatches. Or could replace one of the drones within if it's a container at this stage, not too sure. Maybe just covering it up, allowing the team to go bar time. Very interesting at this stage. Honestly, of course, the drone work at this stage will definitely be important, providing the information needed to win the round.
Should be a good hold here. Very typical roam. We're seeing, going all the way upstairs here. The pest being used to make sure that he can't be droned out. Dan busy reinforcing, just making sure that site's under control. Fish busy roaming upstairs. Should be a typical kind of hold here. Very different style, though, to what we had saw beforehand with the PS4 players. It's very interesting to be able to compare the two, especially seeing as we just finished casting that PS4 side.
Another thing we definitely saw through the console side of things is use of Twitch, especially like previous game where we saw amazing play to remove the bandit charges. Right now we have Candace on top of the roof using these Arky charges to find any cameras, any utilities placed by the defenders. Of course, ending from the top, making their way down, trying to eliminate any possibility of having a roamer, if there is a roamer, to sandwich him in and possibly take him out still early on. We see Fish on trying to the main stairs, watching towards bar side, where his teammate Fish working time. As you see, the names very similar. Both has been taken down by Fish, heavily tagged right now as well. Shots have been traded, a massive blow towards attack inside. Some beautiful shots being shooting across, and of course, Candace finding Fish. Juventus taking down AML. Beautiful shots. Currently in a 3v3 situation.
So super aggressive gameplay being utilized here by MementoMori, finishing out both Corsa and Figure. Very interesting to see how aggressive this game style has been so far, with all 3 remaining defenders back on site waiting for that final push. ATK on lower health here compared to MementoMori, who are now holding these tight angles.
Honestly, at this stage, time is ticking down. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. As you can see, James at the moment open up the top hatch, making his way towards the other hatch. Gonna be a hassle, gonna honestly be a thorn into the defender's side. Well, of course, the other two teammates, Candace and both Leventus, both heavily tagged. Of course, the Valkyrie on the defending side has been tagged as well. So two players on the defending side, of course, at this stage have the health advantage. Still pretty even. Everyone knows in this game, the game mechanics, headshots are an instant kill, and from there can win the game.
So I think ATK now know that they have full control of upstairs, that there's no more roamers. They're now starting to put pressure onto sites. As I say, that's where Pancake finishes up Leventus. Jamski kind of takes out Fish to Pancake, but the plant is now going down by James behind inside church.
Currently a 2v1 situation, Diffuser is down, time is ticking. Of course, having two difficult spots to hold will rotate, and of course, Dan the man going around. Will James be able to hold this position? First of all, get the initial peak, turning it into a 1v2 to a 1v1. It is very much possible. Beautiful natural coming from the Mozzie, just misses, hits James for so much in. Of course, goes further, shoots him, downs him. Dan the man coming past to finish it, of course, gets the Diffuse. A brilliant first round to such an amazing tournament. This is why both teams have made it to the semi-finals, and of course, the winner of today's game will go straight to the finals.
Great round there by MementoMori, really utilizing their aggressive gameplay to get the one up on ATK before retreating and making sure that the site was completely secure, allowing ATK to then, have to push onto them. I don't think they realized that James was on the other side planting by church when the diffuser did go down. But overall, great utilization of information for MementoMori. We're seeing the clash being brought out here by Pancake. When I saw that there was no ban on Clash, I assumed that we were going to see her being played a lot. But then we see a sixth pick coming out onto the mirror for the hold of Gym Bedroom. I'm sure we're going to see the mirror being placed within the bathroom, looking out onto Jacuzzi wall, allowing that way, once Jacuzzi wall's been opened up, the mirror can then, sort anyone else out that is standing on that balcony.
Very interesting choice of the sixth pick on the Clash. I mean, really well played on figure if needed. Of course, having Capital as well, they'll be able to stun, not only stun, but as well be able to burn the Clash, trying to retreat away if the Clash already had to go fast, put the shield away, then run away, then put herself vulnerable. Like you said, with the, of course, the mirror, placing her mirror probably in both and facing the Jacuzzi walls. Super interesting how everything is going past. I mean, both teams already showed so many great stress, so many great things happening, reinforcements happening within logistics. And right now, I think the main key points to look out for will be the play from central sub-roof balcony and of course the hatch above logistics. I think if they gain control over logistics, move their way slowly but surely, unifying towards the end before they do the final push and starts will definitely be the key factor.
So we saw the Fish down there in kitchen opening up door. It looks like he's just trying to place some cams out to give his team that important information. ATK kind of going immediately straight onto roof, trying to drone it out, figure out exactly what the defenders have in store for them before they start trying to pick it all apart.
Right now, making a way through CCTV, securing every little bit before final push. Like you said, there goes logistics hatch. Making way towards to look, of course, like you see walls. Ready slow, but of course they still have 2 minutes remaining. Might as well use every little bit. Rotate around. We do have Fish, of course, ready for a brilliant push out to the Jacuzzi. Try to get a player who's busy grappling. Maybe try to break open that whole wall. He does spot one. He does spot the thermite. Can he do the run out and eliminate the possibility of them going through? Still playing very patient. Try to identify any other players who might be in the area.
See some great cams being used here by Fish, looking for that run out onto Jacuzzi as AML falls to Canis. The shield being taken out there by Corsa, who is going to now start trying to push towards the other side of site.
Right now, I just want to point out a very interesting deployable shield on top of the bed right now. That Caddy did use one of her charges towards to not only break, but of course just to disrupt it. Right now, playing very slow. Of course, one of the players did for AML so early on was caught off guard. Right now, the key player to watch at this stage is Fish, playing as Valkyrie. Sophia George is coming in, obviously trying to disrupt everything. The logistics has to see some action any moment now. Fish coming past, taking down Leventus. Honestly, amazing play, very close. Both players, of course, have their aim nailed down. Whoever won the gunfight, of course, would have been the deciding factor. At least it's back to 4v4 and not in a 4v3 situation.
ATK have full control now over bedroom and construction as they try to make the push onto bedroom. Seems like they're also just stacked outside on top of the roof, just outside of bedroom gym area, trying to see if any of those defenders from MementoMori are willing to peek. With 30 seconds left, we have a 4v4 as Figure takes out Fish. We're left in a 3v4 situation.
Very interesting. A lot of flashbangs, of course, using all the utilities. Dan the man takes on James just outside gym window, entering in. Smokes coming in to deny any other entry. Valkyrie taking a wild peek. Honestly, Costa's just better. Takes him down. Kansas takes on Dan the man. Pancake takes on Kansas. Figure removes Pancake. Very close game. Coming down to the final couple of players. Really well played from both sides. I mean, of course, the last couple of 10 seconds have been the most action-packed round we have seen all day.
The refrags coming out there by ATK, obviously super important, being a one-man advantage. They really needed those refrags coming out to get that final win. I saw, Fish was roaming down below. I thought we were going to see a C4 come out from him, but instead rotated back up main staircase, back towards sites. Yeah, ATK, they kind of sat outside of sight, gathering as much information as they could before doing that final push. I'm sure the communication coming out from that team must have been, extremely important in that final push, making sure they called out those shots perfectly so that they were able to utilize that one-man advantage to as much as they could.
Really interesting choice from, of course, Gossa to change from Cali, go back to Buck. I mean, thinking if they go through logistics, that's easy, soft hatch already. Then from there, going into construction, make their way towards A and B, which is, of course, guys, cash, room, and CCTV.
So we're seeing a very similar lineup coming out here from MementoMori, utilizing those Valkyrie cameras for that information. We didn't see Valkyrie being played much on the PS4 side of things, so it's great to see her getting that play, being able to utilize her cameras as efficiently as possible. The smoke once again coming out by Dan, which was super important in the last round, making sure that ATK didn't have a double push through window. As soon as one of them pushed through window, he got the shots off through a cast canister down, making sure that someone else didn't push straight after while giving himself time to reload. See Sir Pancake playing Wamai, which should come in great utilization, especially with Jaeger's ADSs along with him.
3 ATK players currently playing outside a garage within parking, waiting for an opportunity. Of course, CCTV's main window is a big blow towards any players peeking from the western roof, even towards obviously just outside gym or bedroom window. Honestly, very dangerous as here comes James taking down Fish, leaving it in a 4v5 situation. Of course, the CCTV room, eastern sub, of course, roof. Softballs are obviously very important to reinforce, and once they have access to that, they can see straight through sub. So some very amazing plays with the use of the Maverick. Last out, you can get a thermite going down. Drones are still going past, trying to find any roamers within the bar side of things.
ATK just looking for that information as we see some incredible shots coming out by Fish, taking out James, sitting on ledge. It's now in a 4v4 situation. MementoMori bringing it back up. So Pancake holding a great angle here on, within garage, making sure no one pushes out in garage. Diffuser is down, which would have been pulled out by Fish once he took out the thermite.
Right now, obviously, shots are being traded. And of course, the fuser is being picked up by ATK Canners. Very interesting. Of course, still have a lot of possibilities to happen. Still too early in the round to say what's going to happen. We have Leventus going towards garage. Try to clear rafters, maybe even clear the bottom of garage. Of course, there's AML. Turning it back into a 3v3 situation. So Pancake on rafters. Going to have to hold back Leventus coming down as Kepisel can obviously try to burn him out, smoke him out. Whatever the case, he has to do, make it work. Because as Buck opening up down below, trying to find any players in his default spots, try to catch him off guard, maybe do some damage. Pancake is getting blinded, going full prone down. Brilliant teamwork between Canners and ATK Leventus. Right now, Pancake heavily tagged, putting him back towards the left side of rafters. Fish takes down Corsa, currently in a 3v2. Right now, at least the fuse is still in hand.
I think it's also important to note that you have the Valkyrie downstairs there, who I believe still has a C4 in pocket, which could come into extremely useful situation as ATK kind of push in, leaving them in a 1v3 situation. Dan the Man finishes it off by taking out Canis.
What a game do we have on our hands. Not one team going but miles. One team gets a lead, another team pulls back in the trades or back and forth. Rounds are still super close. Still round 4. Currently lead MementoMori. ATK with one round 2 to the name. Right now, it all comes down to the 6-pick. Can we see a fake? Will we see another interesting operator? Right now, we see the play by Valkyrie Barfish. Honestly, those cams are extremely important. Not only just for the fact that she can have a solo play, but I mean, even her placements within gym. Bottom left, from the window within gym, allows her to see everything within sight. Not a very common spot. 6-pick between, on the defending side of things, from Vigil to Vigil once again, faking it out. Jackal, but of course, going from the RQ to the Jackal, very interesting choice because RQ will be very helpful against all the sorts of the utilities by the defenders and of course the Valkyrie cameras.
You know, obviously ATK have realized that MementoMori have a lot of roamers, especially that Valkyrie constantly roaming and using her cameras to be able to roam very efficiently and without putting herself at much risk. Now with Corsa playing the Jackal, he'll be able to track her down and get that. Now we also see Fish being played as Vigil, who I'm assuming is probably going to go onto the top floor, which will be extremely important, especially if they have, oh, that's a little bit unfortunate, having the pest get stuck there on the staircase. Canis busy playing around with the pest there. Kind of funny, actually.
Right now, Dan the Man open up as much of the wall that he can to provide access to the different rooms. Hopefully to shoot through, maybe even get information. Fish right on top, placing deployable shield, maybe just to bait it out. Seeing he is currently rotating towards Jim. A drone was shot, got a bit of a fright himself. Not too sure exactly what happened. Well, at least we had some brilliant Valkyrie cams within the whole building. Very interesting spots. Obviously try to get information as soon as possible. Maybe not ready towards the final fight, but just to see where the players are straight away. Corsa looks away. Siege timing happens. The Valkyrie played by Fish takes it down from bathroom side.
That's a very, very important pick there by Fish, taking out the Jackal. Now the Vigil and the Valkyrie are going to be able to roam freely without having to worry about getting tracked. We have both of them now rotating on top stairs. So now ATK are going to have to worry about trying to get rid of these roamers while also trying to get ready to make their push down onto basements.
It's actually amazing to think how Fish and Fish have been playing really well together back to back throughout this entire game. Obviously being a dynamic duo, doing as much damage, maybe not even inflecting, of course, the frags straight away. Just being an additional thought that the ATK was worried about. As you see some shots coming from Fish on the main stairs, going to retreat back down. Well, stay alive for the final fight and re-peek and maybe get fragged out. Figure, of course, having a scope, having a really good angle, holding it tight from pool table side.
So now the ATK have managed to push Fish all the way back down. It seems like the only roamer left upstairs is Fish. I guess we're going to have to be jumping between Fish and Fish here all day. But Fish is busy holding close onto stairs. Here's the drone coming out from Canis, gets the shots off. Brilliant shots by Fish, who has been playing extremely aggressive and has been actually working for him in this matchup thus far.
Fish taking on Canis in the middle of that brilliant drone animation. I don't even think Canis tried to obviously bait him out with the faking it. Just really well played. Canis does admit its timing, like we did state before. The siege timing is a thing, and unfortunately, it can really affect one team's side. Currently in a 3v5, still very winnable for ATK. Hatcher, of course, is open straight onto sides. You see the capital coming in with the, of course, still has his fire, still has his smokes. Maybe they can jump in, get bombed down. The player who's on side can maybe try to inflict damage, and from there go for the plants. The two guys above must just play off it.
So it seems like almost everybody has rotated back down. Diffuser goes down as Fish once again takes out James. Fish on a 3k right now in this round 4 between these two monsters of teams. AML holding tight onto Pooh, gets shots off onto Capital, downs Capital, and AML gets the final shots onto Leventus, ending the round on a MementoMori win as they take a 3-1 lead.
MementoMori definitely playing really well. Holding side, not being overly aggressive. They, of course, we do some aggressive plays now and then. But honestly, I think they do time everything perfectly, not running straight into anything blind, making use of the different mechanics within the game, making use of the sound cues. Right now, 3-1. Very interesting. We see, I don't know exactly if the bans are coming across, maybe negative affecting the one team strats. But right now, of course, the attacking side, everything does change around halftime when both sides switch between defending and attacking.
So we're going to see MementoMori taking ATK back upstairs into gym. It'll be very interesting to see. It looks like they have a very similar lineup to the first time they went against ATK on this site. If you remember the last time we were on this site, it came down to the final couple seconds with ATK jumping through the windows, getting those refrags onto specific MementoMori players and ending the round on their win. So, that being said, we've seen very close rounds thus far. We're going to see another close round between these two teams. It'll be interesting to see if MementoMori are able to change any issues that they had in the rounds beforehand on this bomb site and get that advantage over ATK before halftime.
Currently, this is current CCTV soft walls towards the eastern subroof. Moving as well, of course, Jacuzzi soft walls are being reinforced just as we speak. Very interesting. Once again, the mirror comes into play. I think, if I'm not mistaken, could if you don't mind correcting me if I'm wrong, this is where MementoMori as well won it for them as well. Right in the same situation. Really well played, making use of the different situations. Fish very close towards Candace. I think Candace did indeed hear him. Heard the Valkyrie coming out. Beautiful spray by him. Maybe just try to scare away. Maybe at this stage, we have seen, of course, Fish rotate all the way around, retreat back to start where he knows he'll be safe and at least still be able to make use of his cameras and still has that Nitro Soul in hand.
Yeah, I think you're right in saying so. We've seen some incredible shots coming out by, both Fish and Fish. I'm going to be struggling with that all match. But yeah, some very aggressive gameplay as we just see Fish pulling down the wall for a quick peek out. Gets absolutely slapped back for that as he leaves with a slither of health back up towards sight. I think he just ran straight onto back up onto Garage. Will probably push back into Cash. Looks like the alibi is going to peek out once again, trying to push these guys. But ATK have now taken over the whole red hallway there.
Figure jumps down Logistics off his hatch, goes straight down his side, finds him a kill on Fish. Really well played by him. He actually got onto that Logistics office without being noticed, using the mirror, which was placed within there to his own advantage. Really well played by him. Obviously playing slow first, and first initial shots he did miss, but obviously he played it back, got it. Of course, at this stage, the defenders were very much split. We have one guy still, of course, rotating. We have one guy towards gym, one guy within bathroom, and the last player, I'm not exactly too sure where, but Leventus faking out the hard breach towards CCTV room.
So ATK have complete control over logistics here. They have opened up Jacuzzi with James busy just peeking out the C4 coming out there, but missing no health loss as they push completely in. Dan takes out Figure, putting it into a 4v4 as James finishes it up, bringing it to a 3v4, but Leventus goes down, getting finished off. A perfect push there as Sir Pancake finishes up Leventus, and James kind of picks out Pancake, sitting in a 2v3 situation as James on a slither of health in these teams. AML bringing it back down to a 2v2 as he takes out Corsa.
Right now, of course, we see Dan LeMan in logistics, super low himself, SMG in hand. I don't think James realized that he's, playing it very slow, playing it rather quiet. It's going to sit him. Hopefully, he can get right behind. He hears the thermite going on. James is on 1 HP, trying to bait him out. Seems like James does realize that he is being pushed from two sides. Dan LeMan does take down James, finds the second player, has AML not too far behind to support him. And MementoMori once again take round 5.
Beautiful shots there by Dan. He knew that he was being pushed from both sides, called that the hatch was about to be dropped. AML called out that he was probably watching that hatch. Dan able to flick back and get the shots onto the thermite, dropping the diffuser and winning the round for MementoMori. They lost that. That was the first round that they lost against ATK, so they're picking it back up. Now they're going to stay on second floor, push towards CCTV and Cash, and see if they can take it to a 5-1 lead going into the halftime, or if ATK are able to bring it back up and give themselves a little bit of an advantage going in.
Once again, we have a 6-pick between Clash to Wamar, and once again, Cosgone is relying back to the Buck. Really interesting choices. But honestly, at this stage, I was going to mention the Clash. I mean, it's one of those operators that can really do a whole lot if you use it correctly. Shields are extremely important within the game, and if you can main them correctly, you can definitely do a whole lot for your team, being a massive support. But unfortunately, the team kills sometimes do happen, and of course, I'm sure all the Monty and Clash mains out there, you definitely absorb a lot of your own teammates' shots as well, trying to defend them, sometimes being team killed as well. Through the console side of things, we did see 2 Clashes being killed by their own teammates. Rather unfortunate turn of the event, especially still early on. Most of the cases will be a 2v1 gunfight, and having a Clash that just support you, worst comes to worst, is very important. Just a thought, there's 2 players in front of you, maybe wasting a few of your last shots, killing your teammates, will definitely turn the tide in a gunfight.
You know, like you just said before, I'm actually almost very surprised. Without seeing a Clash ban, I'm surprised that we're not seeing these teams utilize the Clash. But, you know, I can't say that they're doing a bad job because they're sitting for 1 up on ATK. I think the Clash perhaps could have helped on this bomb side, especially once that wall is open. She can push out or I guess through the breach. But we do see AML here hiding in bar with a nice roam going on. MementoMori really utilizing their roaming strategies as well as, or I guess their close roam strategies. Their ability to pick off ATK players and rotate back onto sites has been a contributing factor to their winning of rounds.
Let me see, Figure up really entering from jump side, open up down the floor, going all the way down to the bar, where we did have one of the AML players, or AML himself, currently sitting there trying to find out to rotate and try to catch someone off guard. I mean, very aggressive from the roamers at the start of the game, but I mean, roamers are doing so much within the Meraki major that it's actually unbelievable how a handful of people turned the tide of the battle so early on. Of course, playing from construction, going towards site. Of course, site is cash room and CCTV. 3 people currently towards construction side. The other 2 are obviously going to play around that. 1 player did fall Kansas, and at this stage it is a 4v5. Unfortunately, a player falling so early on. AML and Fish playing together beautifully. They do realize the Bucks are too far behind. Valkyrie did get baited by the bar shot, and Figure taking him down.
I think now that Fish has fallen down below, I don't think they realize that there's actually another player in the bar there. Corsa trying to open up as he gets pushed by the alibi. They don't realize there's 3 roamers down below. ATK are pushing straight into site. They've opened up as Figure moves down staircase, they've opened up a breach straight onto site as the smokes go down, and Fish starts rotating through to try to protect the side into Cash. He gets great shots from Fish as he takes out James. He also takes out Capital as they trade, leaving Figure in a 1v3 situation as he finally clears out the roamer that was hiding in bar, leaving him in a 2v1 with Diffuser down.
A very impactful game that we just had there. Beautiful trade by Fish, doing so much, getting himself 3 kills. Currently, as you see, Figure pushing towards south now. There's 1 player on red stairs. Unfortunately, deployable shield behind. Yeah, it's Call of God. Looked at the wrong rotated hole. But I mean, honestly, the plays between these teams playing very slow, playing very well. Honestly, this is, I love to see the headshot ratio between this game. But Fish just played them. Finally, 1 player towards his left. Finds another player, which was Therma, trying to waste those ADSs by the Jaeger. Peeks right, gets the trade. Yes, he did die himself. But I mean, that initial trade, honestly wasting 3 of those attackers' lives, including his own 3 play, just honestly won them around, having the last 2 defenders, 1 on red stairs and the other one towards CCTV, holding 2 very important angles, having it almost like a crossfire, helping one another.
Absolutely great to see. Moving into halftime now, sitting at a 5-1 advantage. MementoMori absolutely on fire with both Fish and Fish taking some incredible shots so far in this matchup. It'll be interesting to see what ATK can do now in the retaliation to the formidable defense of MementoMori.
Of course, it's very interesting to see how these teams react to one another. Like I said, the strats are actually very similar, very unique. Figure actually trapping himself within gym. Of course, they do have a rotated whole part of the strats. maybe this time around they will turn it back, make it back 5-5 in terms of rounds. But very interesting how this will all play out. And of course, Rome has really helped MementoMori there. Can we see the exact or almost aggression from ATK? Or do you think ATK will rather stay back, maybe play offside? Because they understand that not always about kills, maybe it's just a time ticking down. If there's 10 seconds left, of course, attackers will make very irrational decisions. Just run onto sides and maybe pick them off one by one.
Yeah, great to see the use of the castles there as well as the rotates to try and, create an area that once the attacking team is pushed into are, they don't know that type of setup. So it's going to be very confusing for them once they start making those final pushes. That's where the utilization of those drones coming out, feeding that information back to your team so that when you make those pushes, you're able to capitalize on them. Dandaman busy droning himself in through kitchen here. I don't actually see, so we are seeing a clash being utilized, but it doesn't look like ATK have any roamers during this matchup. Looks like they're going to go for a hard hold here.
See James trying to ban a trick. Jacuzzi walls. Fish already has the top of the logistics hatch open. Yinging it down. Ying has been a very important operator throughout the tournament. Of course, blinding other operators except for himself. So Pancake takes James down. Dandaman gets some friendly shots on AML. Bring it down to 4v4. But of course, James takes some figure. Fish takes some Corsa. Fish team kills Pancake. Now it's Fish versus Kansas. Took him down. Now we're in a 3v1 situation. Honestly, the amount of team kills that have just happened between the MementoMori side was unbelievable. Of course, still in favor for them. The event is still very much in love with Clash, has a shield as an option, and of course a great SMG to back her up.
Fish on absolute fire with those shots, taking shots to everyone's head, including his teammates. The Clash using her shield now to try and get some information before pushing in herself. Tries to get the shot off onto Fish, but Fish comes out victorious as he takes out Leventus, putting MM into match point.
Honestly, I think Fish's amount of kills that round alone was either 5 or if not more. Pretty impressive. Still including the 2 team kills, but kills are kills. Doesn't matter how you look at it, but like, just as you mentioned, those headshots are, of course, insane. Jumping from one side to a different. Of course, taking down the players, it's really, really well played. Thinking what level of gameplay we are currently watching. Of course, the first shot, if it's not a headshot, the chance of you be able to send back another one is really low. And going into our literally match point in favor of MementoMori.
Absolutely incredible matchup. We have not been disappointed with Clubhouse today. First, an incredible game between Repress and Motion Esports, and now an incredible game between MementoMori and ATK. Let's. Why are we so lucky?
Honestly, being in the position we are, of course, still brand new casters on the block, having to see such high-level players, of course, being invited to this amazing tournament by the organization, the Meraki. It's honestly, I can't thank them enough for giving us an amazing opportunity to witness such big names, such great organizations, such great teams. Don't even mention the individual great players that we are currently watching going straight down to Church and Arsenal. How will this play out? Only time will tell. I'm sure ATK don't want to lose their first map. Yes, of course, being MementoMori's map, they have prepared this map back to front. There's only a handful of maps within the whole rotate for the whole competitive scene. All these players, of course, are experts in them, have been playing this game, have been putting the hours in, and as you can see, it pays off. Hard work always pays off.
Absolutely incredible. I'm still kind of in shock from that last round, how quick MementoMori, they set everything up and just went straight for the push there. Realized there was no roamers and just, went straight for sides. They're going for a quick, it looks like they're going to be opening up the wall straight on very quickly. They're going through really fast here. It looks like they're actually rushing upstairs, I guess.
Being a very aggressive place as they are, of course, have the aim to back them up. Might as well try something. No one never expect a 3-man push. Of course, being super aggressive. Yes, they do have drones coming through. Might as well clear up the top floor, work their way down. Of course, having such, of course, really well-known players, very skillful opponents. If they can find, of course, if there was a roamer, all by himself, try to like sandwich him in, trap him. I mean, you can only do so much. Yes, he has a full magazine, 1 bullet headshots, but I mean, there's only so much you can do from 3 different players picking you from all sides. Hatches are 14 from bar, and of course the different sides in stock room right now going straight down. Flashbacks happening towards blue. And don't even forget that other hatches, for all the opportunities that they can to open up are taking place. ATK is still currently stuck on sides. Things are moving fast and 80k prepared for what's to come.
Looks like MementoMori just, making sure that there's no roamers, getting everything sorted before they start making their push back down onto side. Flashes coming out. Looks like Fish trying to just get some information there as Figure takes out Fish. Shots coming out as soon as Fish tries to lower his shield to get rid of that lesion that's stuck in him. Losing health slowly but surely as he tries to go down on blue. As he takes his shield off, Corsair finishes him up, leaving AML and Dandaman against the 5 ATK players. Dandaman taking out James, leaving in a 1v4 situation as AML falls to Leventus. Dandaman stuck with a lesion behind the bar. Great shots coming out from both sides here. Dandaman on a slither of health, and I guess that ends up the round. Before I could even finish casting their canvas, sets it up for ATK. ATK taking their first defensive round against MementoMori.
ATK definitely did a lot right there, working as a team. As you can see, of course, the Legion Trap hitting the Monty and the Echoes coming in. The Monty never had really much of an option to either pull it out right there or turn around, drop the shield. As soon as the Monty did drop the shield, different shots from different angles definitely hit him below the knees, took so many of his HP. Unfortunately, he was taken down later on. As soon as this one little snowball effect happened, other players between the Memento started dropping, but really well played. Of course, it was actually, considering everything, a very tight game. Between MementoMori, how aggressive they initially were, working, jumping through the top floor, working way down, and of course unifying towards the end, they were still pretty impressive. I'd love to see exactly how this works out. Of course, ADK started at disadvantage. If they lose one round now, of course it will be over. But I mean, we've seen some amazing plays throughout this tournament. We've seen definitely some amazing players winning back 2v4s, 1v4s, doing these amazing clutches. And of course, these are the type of players that is a lot more difficult to do it against, but of course a lot more possible.
Sitting with a 6-2 on match point, MementoMori. ATK having it will be one hell of a comeback if they make it all the way through, going all the way to cash now as they try their defense. I'll never take out ATK to do something like this. It will be extremely impressive, especially with the way that MementoMori have been playing today.
I mean, already having the initial rounds backing them up, I'm sure MementoMori are super confident at this point. If they do make mistakes, they have 3 rounds to, if anything, throw and still play properly the last one. But of course, ATK is still far from out of this. They're obviously a very well-known team, have really good back, and of course, they've put so many hours and it's really, if I could say, even feared players within the community. I mean, even to some of the names coming across, a lot of practice within FACEIT itself, almost like their own warm-up to such a big tournament like this one. Just a friendly reminder once again, whoever wins this bracket within the semi-finals will make it towards the finals. Beautiful shots between Figure and of course the opponent and other team. Shots just missing. So Pancake, of course, was tagged during that engagement, drawing out to see exactly where you went, if you went up rafters or maybe behind, maybe the motorbike, you maybe even pulled back all the way towards start.
Great to see Sir Pancake taking a little bit of hits here as Figure tries to hold down Garage with the backing of Corsa. Should be an extremely strong hold here as MementoMori try to drone out and gather some information, getting ready for their push.
We have Kansas and of course James playing off red stairs to be here, the thermite going down. James again is playing off one another. Kansas still on these cams, just protecting him. So Pancake thinks on James, which was of course on red stairs. Of course, Kansas not too far behind. Rafters is still there, very much alive. Fish as Monty right up in the Rafters player's face. We figure does of course take down, and he gets the Monty of the trade. So Kansas not too far behind, smokes out Pancake. Fish comes with a beautiful nade against the player. Kansas wheel was on red stairs in a 2v2 situation. Couldn't ask for a more close round than this.
Left in a 2v2 situation, Figure rotates back down to the bottom of Garage as Aventus has Diffuser on top of Staircase. Looks like Fish is trying to rotate back up to the top. I believe they do have it open there, so he'll be able to see in and get any shots. The garage is now open as Dandaman clears it out by taking out Figure. Leventus left in a 1v2 situation, starts falling back with 35 seconds on the clock. He's going to try and utilize his echo drones to stop the plant from going down. First drone gets taken out and seen as Fish goes for the plant. Looks like Echo's trying to look for his second drone and bring it close by, but the plant goes down before he can use it. Jumps out to get shots off onto the I guess the sledge, tries to use his drone to gather some information before he tries to make his push to the diffuser. Stuck in a 1v2 situation. It's starting to look very good for MementoMori as the clock is ticking down. 24 seconds left on the diffuser. Leventus has to start pushing soon. As he slowly pushes, he peeks towards Garage, knowing that there must be a player in there. I'm not sure if he realizes that he's on rappel upside down. Fish gets the final shot onto Leventus, and MementoMori take map 1 of the semi-final.
MementoMori playing really well, especially all these different situations. Of course, using, I don't want to say siege time, and of course, using different mechanics to an advantage, especially above that garage door, this double door, sorry, from the outside of the little rooftop. Really well played. You couldn't actually see him from running there, but of course, they practiced it. They honestly really looked at different angles that you can be held. But on Leventus, of course, been a very, very difficult spot there. Still trying to get onto side, let alone with 20 seconds remaining on diffuser to kill 2 players. Then from there, diffuse. The run on from him was actually really well done. Did land a few shots. Unfortunately, couldn't bring it back to a 1v1 in an echo drone placement. Just caught off guard straight off the bat. Going into the second map now, it will be Coastline, which of course is ATK's choice. Super interesting to see what map they've planned out, what they have chosen. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, Fish coming out with some incredible shots during that entire gameplay. Those first few rounds that we saw Fish really just playing super aggressive onto the ATK attack. It was beautiful to watch. MementoMori definitely shocking everyone here with their 7-2 victory over on the first map. I think Clubhouse is going to be extremely close between these two teams. I'm interested to see how they try and slug it out to try and fight for the spot in the final.
We have our third co-caster joining us today. So Kanye, I'm sure you're watching the stream. What is your thoughts on what the previous map and how everything went down?
Not gonna lie, I accidentally joined this Discord. I was going through my friends list and I clicked on the live stream, not expecting it would join the Discord. But hello, yeah, it's genuinely surprising to see. I am drinking my Red Bull. I was ready for an early night to play some ranked games, and well, when ATK is busy losing, the casting comes calling. I can't say no, and I'm here. I just have to witness this firsthand. And what I'm seeing at the moment is a team playing at their utmost. I've been saying for the past 4 months, since the very first time I casted these guys was 5 views in my live chat back in the African R6 League when they went 7-5 against ATK. These guys have potential, and to see them finally living up to that potential is absolutely amazing, and I'm here for it. Well done, boys, in that first map. I can't wait for the second and third.
Well, there you go. Heard it yourself from Kanye. Of course, so that was their map choice. Going into the second map, Memento wins this map. They go straight to the finals. Of course, being ADK's map, they definitely have plans. Everything's going to go from there. Can't wait to see what they have in store. Of course, we can hear Kanye have high praise for the Memento side of things. Still watching them from early days, still when they saw with honestly rough, undefined talent. But as you can see, over the course of these over couple of years and even possibly months, how they shaped into the team that they are now. Very well known throughout the community. Actually, Kudif, on that same note, is there anything you would like to add on before we go into the second map being Coastline?
You know, I'm just so excited to get into the second map. I feel like we've covered pretty much everything. As Kanye was saying before, you know, I don't think there was many people that expected MementoMori to come out swinging like this. It is great to see, especially from the underdogs. It seems like today is the underdog day, given our PS4 match just before this. So, I mean, yeah, let's just get straight into this Coastline match and see what happens.
Honestly, speaking with underdogs, we had our previous team. It was Repress versus Motion Esports on the console side of things. Repress, of course, being a very new team out there versus a team that has been well established. This time as well, MementoMori coming out, making a name for themselves. Of course, ATK is still far from out of this. Very interesting to see how this will play out. Of course, if ATK pulls this one, we'll go to our third map, which is Cafe. And I can't wait. Honestly, these are very well-known maps. Honestly, these maps that have been chosen out right now are definitely the top 4 map, of course, matches and maps that have been chosen throughout the whole thing. Going straight into it now, love to see exactly who will be banned through the ban phase this time around. But do you think it'll be something similar beforehand, or would you think that because of a new map from the previous strats, maybe more of a Roma side of things that will be definitely taken out in that perspective?
I mean, we saw MementoMori really roaming pretty heavily on that first map. There's obviously starting this map on the defensive side, so it'll be interesting to see if they try and do something very similar. Perhaps we'll see a Jackal ban, because we saw Corsa playing Jackal quite often. But the first ban we see coming out is the Capital, which we also did actually see being played a lot by the ATK players.
Very interesting. Actually, Capital is definitely one of the best choices, especially for the utilities with the smokes and fire in hand. Sophia being banned by ADK was actually one of their main players as well, using his ability, especially to counter the clash at the certain times. Really interesting choices. Right now, going to defend, we have Maestro, which has been really effective. Of course, having such a great gun, having so many bullets in the magazine, we've seen it come down to very fine players. At this stage, might as well just hold on trigger, flick to the different angles. I mean, at this stage, we have such amazing players that know the mechanics down to the nail. They'll be able to control the recoil, definitely without any hassle. And of course, having a little bit of more bullets, especially having those evil eyes to break anything from the thermites, maybe even damage some drones, maybe even damage the players themselves. And Mirror being banned as well. Pretty interesting choices with the Mirror. I think definitely a lot more dangerous, in my own personal opinion, within our previous map compared to this one. But of course, there's a reason for it, and this is going to see why.
And one of the most interesting things I've been seeing, and people in chat actually pointing it out, MementoMori, they're feeling themselves at the moment. And what I've been seeing is them, essentially in that last round especially, they were just rushing and they were getting kills. These guys are feeling themselves, like going for those kills. They are confident. And heading into Coastline, which is such a frag-heavy map, looking at MementoMori's bans as well, is they're trying to counter that slow and passive playstyle ATK is known for. They make sure everything is covered and they play to a point that they just don't have to worry about anything, and that's where MementoMori is catching them off guard. Saw the alibi rotate through and get the play in stock down below, which just should not have happened. They just peek everything and they win that, and with their bans showing, they are trying to cancel that slow playstyle. Ban out the Mirror, ban out the Capital. With ATK, they're trying to take care of that utility in the Zofia. It seems these two teams are on a completely different wavelength, and I don't know where they're going to meet. Is it going to be ATK to turn around Coastline here and push us to the third, or is MementoMori just going to continue the steamroll?
Yeah, fairly interesting analysis there by Kanye. I like the points that you made that, ATK, we saw that they're very slow and methodical when doing their pushes. We saw the exact opposite coming out from MementoMori and their attacks. Some of their attacks, were really just rushed straight onto sites, catching ATK kind of with their pants down, especially when pushing onto Cash. It'll be fairly interesting to see what these teams utilize here in the second map. It's almost do or die for ATK as they try to win their map.
Of course, ADK going into this as the attacking. Very good players have to aim to it. Some beautiful shots coming by Corsa. Ready down in the player so early on. Ready in Sunrise Bar. If he can just get this initial trade. There you go. Shots are landed. Now we're in a 4v5. Literally the first 30 seconds. So plenty of time to work with. So many drones can still be worked. Levent is not too far behind with his drone. Try to get an intel for Corsa to actually play off of. And even from there, make moves. Continue to do what he has to do. AML been droned out. Running back towards south, going up cool Bob's stairs.
We see MementoMori with extremely aggressive gameplay, not working for them as of yet, as they're sitting in a 3v5 situation as Corsa just pushes on through into Bar. Seems like, Dan the Man still upstairs on site, Fish still roaming down below. I'm not sure if ATK have droned him out as of yet, but ATK taking it slow and smooth here as they slowly make their way onto site.
Really interesting. Definitely working from the way, all the way from the bottom, making our way up, making sure if there are any roamers left. Of course, what they already have done is cleared one of them. These roamers have been extremely important. Ammo, of course, was fallen as well. Last 3 players playing towards side. Fish is still running around doing his thing, being a pain in ATK side. Definitely do what he has to. If anything, get a trade or do as much damage as you can, then pull back. It's not always about getting the kills as the roamer. Like I said, it's all about mindset. If he can just be a additional worry, additional threat that ATK was worried about, he would do that. And worry about the anchors on site, who of course being Echo and Smoke, and definitely hold their own, and then from there winning it up.
Just a little bit of a standoff now as both teams just try and get as much information as they can before making their next move. With 55 seconds left on the clock, seems like ATK are stacked out around Aquarium looking for any drones or cameras that have been placed. Dan sitting there with his shotgun tight, looking down onto Bar.
And the man finds the Ventus, goes and takes down Deadman. Trades are happening, shots are going through smoke, shots cannot connect. The bandit does, played by Fish, does take down Fago, pancakes down to Corsa. 2v2 situation from a 2v4, already well played. I can't wait to see how this plays out. Such amazing shots, mistakes were made, of course. The last ATK guys are playing together back to back. Sledge and a banner flash are going through. Diffuser is going down. As you see, the Echo charges coming through. ATK going once again going for the defuse. Of course, that Echo drone being a hassle. Fish rotating all the way from Cool Vibes stairs, and there you go. MementoMori win the first round. Of course, that Echo drone coming in clutch, denying that initial defuse not only once but twice. Taking on 2 of the players, bringing it down to a 2v2, and then from there just playing down time. Only had a handful of seconds left to work off. Kanye, I can see that you're here, and I can see that you're ready to speak. Kanye, the stage is yours, man.
I'm not gonna talk too much. I want to leave the main casting to you guys. You guys have been doing an amazing job. I'm just gonna give an analysis here, and what I'm seeing at the moment is we've been talking about how good MementoMori showed up on that first map, and essentially it looked like because they was just feeling themselves, they were winning the gunfights. But what I saw here was the opening gunfights went the way of ATK. They took down the 2 most, if not the most, important players on the side of MementoMori, AML and Fish, that being. And when MementoMori loses their top fraggers, and they've been playing essentially on top fragging, that's what they've been steamrolling off of, and they still win based on utility, that being the Echo drone, that is really troubling for ATK, and that is something that's telling me there's something bigger wrong here with ATK, not just they aren't feeling themselves.
Yeah, I think that's a main point. I mean, we spoke about, or you mentioned a little bit earlier, ATK playing a lot slower, using the utility more efficiently. But then by the end of that round, it was really Echo who ended up saving the day. MementoMori playing aggressive, but also using the utility as best as they can.
I mean, I think everyone's quite hyped to see such an amazing game going away, and its reason behind is having close to 80 plus and 80 plus minus viewers, and of course having 3 casters. I'm pretty sure that's the first time ever having 3 casters in one chat. Everyone's hyped up to see these amazing players coming past and doing their thing, and just we have an opportunity to sit here and watch it go down. Honestly, once again, we have players within Sunrise. Of course, that's where the start is this time around. We have 2 ATK guys just sitting outside playing time, using their drones, gathering information.
As we see MementoMori going for a hard hold here. Fish holding tight on B-bomb, with Fish hiding out in, I believe that's kitchen area. So we're changing around operators here. Fish kind of falling back behind Sunrise here as he tries to stop the push here from ATK. We see the discs going out to try and stop all those flashes coming through.
Here the ATK plays honestly right above a beautiful Nacho Soul plays by Fish. Taking out Figure, such a big blow towards the ATK side of things. Of course, Fish once again finding Corsom, getting himself a 2k super early on. Still 2 minutes left and still counting. Ready 5v3 situation. We already saw 2 of the players bring back a 2v4. Ready having a player advantage to them, having a different destiny, using dig utility to their fullest. Of course, having Wamar preventing any flashbangs from coming in. And of course, yeah, we get Fish taking on Aventus, leaving in a 5v2 situation.
5v2 situation. ATK trying to utilize that vertical gameplay up above with the Buck. The Buck rotates down, gets the pick off onto Fish, who has been absolutely incredible during this matchup. Kind of stuck in a 2v4 situation here, and James on 25% health as AML is still rotating upstairs. I don't actually think that James realizes that he's up there, but as I say that, Fish takes down James, leaving Canis in a 1v4 situation. Fish finishing it out once again. MementoMori with the round 2 win.
MementoMori definitely have a lot to prove right now. On the previous game, obviously underneath the belt. Fish coming in with a 4K against ATK, especially one of them being, of course, a Nacho Soul, having 3 of the players right above, maneuvering right around, going from one point to another. This is honestly a massive turn of events. I see Fish right on top, going 5-0. Really amazing seeing a 5KD so early on. Yes, it's still early stages in map 2, but we've seen such high-level plays, such high-level coordination, but a synergy amongst the two teams. As Konya did state before, maybe ATK are not at their best form just yet, but I'm glad to see MementoMori finding the synergy between them. Of course, both teams have a countless amount of hours. Both play really, really well amongst each other, but it's still early hours for these teams. You know, if we do go to map 3, being, of course, Cafe, a very well-known map, a very, if anything, a very newly fixed map. You know, I've almost got some friendly fire between Dan the Man against Goyo. Actually, very interesting seeing a Go come past because we haven't really seen him at all from the console side of things.
We're finally seeing a Goyo being pulled out. Something I think we've been casting all day, saying how we wanted to see a Goyo play finally being seen by the MementoMori Pancake. So far, a great matchup for MementoMori, taking those first 2 rounds. I'm sure it's doing a lot to their confidence. I'm sure a lot of people, you know, were doubting them coming into this gameplay, and I'm sure that first map as well as these first 2 rounds have given them a massive confidence boost for the remainder of this round.
Always personally believe this type of level of gameplay, if it be ranked, if it just be an awesome tournament like this, where players have the opportunity to perform, it's a lot to do with mental. If you do get the confidence boost early on, you can definitely inflect in your gameplay. Of course, reminding that the R9 of just yet takes on Fish right now in a 5v4 in favor of ATK. But I mean, if you ever feel slightly irritated or things are not going your way, it definitely affects your gameplay. But these are players that have been in a situation before, have trained. Of course, AML in a beautiful spot there behind the deployable shield, having 2 Jaeger ADS systems there to help him with any form of a rush. Drones are coming across, of course, Fish being super low himself, getting those initial trades, but still being pulsed, still being alive. Doesn't make a difference if you're 1 HP or 100. Just having the ability to shoot 1 bullet or throw your nitro, possibly even using that pulse utility, you know, it really helps him out to find and locate players. The Nomad come into play, preventing any rotations from the MementoMori side.
Good to see that ATK have finally been able to adapt to the aggressive game style of both Fish and Fish, as all the M&M operators are now rotated back upstairs, trying to hold down sites, getting ready for the final ATK push, as ATK are trying to gain map control here with 1 minute 35 seconds on the clock. Corsa has just jumped into VIP, with Fish just sitting on the other side just by Cool Vibe Staircase.
Here we go, ATK pushing from the lounge, going towards Sard. Very interesting to see what has happened here. Obviously sticking together. Fish is still very much alive, still being roaming around, still being that initial pain that ATK has not found a way to take down just yet. I mean, Hall of Fame playing from Qatars as well. 3 players working together. I mean, I guess, of course, you can kill multiple players at once, but having 2 guys peek you at once, especially one while peeking, one playing rather close behind cover, will be near impossible. ML still in his very defensive spot before, but honestly, but 90 with that awesome Jaeger, even a mute jammer to help him out if needed. Leventus takes on Fish, who was really low, but ready to go. The roamers are cleared. Last couple of players pretty much on site or pretty much near it. Figure on the bed, try to find a very good angle against Sir Pancake. Shots are going through. When does the Goyo shields are still pretty much available. Of course, you do massive damage. Dan the Man just took down Kansas to bring it back to a 3v4 situation. Shots are going down. HP in favor of MementoMori, but just as I said, that Figure reminds us that awesome bombs down. They have the advantage now. Figure gets himself a 2k. Now we're in a 1v4 situation. So Pancake, of course, playing very defensive with previously round. Once again, roaming around. Can he do anything? Can he at least bring down a couple of players? 20 seconds remaining. Of course, has to go up the wild stairs. And from here, he can't connect any shots. He is taking up a Figure. We found himself a 3k that round.
ATK coming back super powerful, trying to answer the first 2 rounds of MementoMori. You know, they picked out the 2 main players there from MementoMori, getting rid of those roamers, finally pushing down onto sites and collapsing down on the MementoMori defense, winning that round. Absolutely great gunplay that we saw there by Figure.
And that was really an important one for ATK to take because MementoMori, people always say they're a momentum-based team, and sure, people say that most of the time to try and make a joke out of ATK, but it's a fact. They play off of momentum, and when you let them take 3 rounds in a row, you're gonna get completely steamrolled. This round for me was them saying, "Okay, we're not gonna let that happen. We're gonna make them react to our playstyle. We're gonna push them into the way we want," and it worked out for them. If they can keep stacking on more rounds like these, because notably it's an attacking-sided map, they kind of need to do that, then they will be in a good point. But as it stands right now, still a round down, I want to see ATK bring even more to the table.
Very interesting points, Konya. Like I said as well, doesn't really make a difference if you win 7-0 or 7-4. The fact that you still won, having maybe the national start not going your way, but you can see the shotgun coming in, making a rotate to cool vibing stairs. But I'm pretty sure, like I said, it's still early days, still 2-1. As you said, if ATK can get the initial rounds going, they can still bring it back, having that confidence behind them, obviously having things go their way. Definitely have a lot more leeway to work off of.
For sure. It's great having Kanye jump in at the end of rounds here. He's almost like the analyst on the team, giving some incredible insights, especially with his knowledge of both MementoMori and ATK kind of shining through here. ATK kind of in the driving seat right now as they look to push in and take map control away from MementoMori. It looks like they're trying to, once again, try to get rid of these roamers very quickly with the drones coming out and Corsa pushing very aggressively onto AML here.
AML currently playing towards, obviously just outside lobby. Or if anything towards, of course, this here clarity room. Very interesting. 2 of the ATK guys going towards, of course, aquarium side. Very interesting. Of course, Fish still once again roaming towards Sunrise. He has done a lot in this position before. Can he do it again? ATK just found bomb A, already organizing attacks. Unfortunately, Fish over pushed it, maybe just slightly overcommitted it. Knowing that there were 2 players there. Candace, of course, connecting his shots. None of the ATK guys got any damage towards them, but really well played. Still far from that. Fish is still in the same position. Well, they know there are 2 players here. Is there a drone within Sunrise that they are, of course, MementoMori aren't aware of just yet?
Great gameplay here by Fish. I don't actually think they realize that he's there, as they do now, him taking a couple shots out just to let ATK know that he is down here. So hopefully they try hunt down for him and he can waste some more time. The stuns coming out here from Corsa as they look to push in to go for the plant. Sir Pancake finishes it out by taking out James. Fish peeking out the bottom window once again, finishing it up on the Ventus. Figure refragging back down onto Fish with 1 minute 11 seconds in the round. We're at a 3v3 situation here as, you know, ATK are kind of blown back just a little bit, needs to take a step back and reconfigure as Figure rotates back up towards Corsa so they can try and go for that plant with 50 seconds left.
I mean, thinking time is still going down. Still a lot can be done. As you can see, Corsa not too far behind. That knows that the player on side has his teammates round the corner just to back him up. So Pancake of all, watching his teammates on the same note, Dan the man playing smoke route, of course, inflicted some damage towards ATK side. Also coming into, of course, the defuse. Currently just 3 seconds left. Pancake founds Figure, leaving the 3v2 situation. Smoke going down. Founds Corsa currently in a 1v3 situation. And there you go, so Pancake getting himself a triple kill that round. MementoMori getting the diffuser. Of course, still plenty of time to work with. Still 3 players alive, but no opposition. Ready, well played. So the defenders, of course, MementoMori take round 4.
Great plays once again by MementoMori. We thought that perhaps the momentum had been struck out with ATK winning round 3. Unfortunately, MementoMori replying back with another win. It's great to see MementoMori's aggressiveness, and they're roaming in. I guess they've been roaming in pretty much duos here, both Fish and Fish working together, as we saw on map one, working together once again down here, just outside, or I guess below Cool Vibe Staircase. We're able to get that pick onto the IQ, who was watching Corsa, from that window. So some important picks that round that ended in MementoMori winning the round.
Of course, going towards Blue Bar, and of course Sunrise once again. Really well played. I mean, of course, Memento could pull back 4 rounds, of course, win it all, 7-1 ATK, but that isn't really much possible. Of course, ATK is still in it. I mean, it came down to the final details. I think, unfortunately, the smoke still being active within an entire previous game, taking down Corsa, and from there, removing a player who was on start, knew exactly where the diffuser was being planted, leaving his fellow teammate in such a difficult spot to not only defend start, but of course, have into 1v3.
Kanye, I'm not sure if you're still in here and you can
I'm here.
hear us,
Hello.
but yeah. So what is happening on this type? Is that a type of win for MementoMori that they should be super proud of? Does that kind of take away from ATK's momentum here?
Every round MementoMori is stacking up is proving to us that ATK is not the unbeatable giants we thought they were. They came into this tournament with an unbeaten score. That is insane, no matter what you say. And as it stands, these guys showing them round after round after round how it is done is just telling me that people aren't afraid anymore. And that is when a dynasty begins to crumble. When people realize they aren't unbeatable anymore, you can put rounds up to them, you can make them play in the way you want to. You don't have to play reactionary, you don't have to strat towards their strats. You make things happen that you want to happen. And so Pancake getting an opener onto JMS, Forza as well to fall. It's just looking like MementoMori, these are the guys that are going to show South Africa that they're not unbeatable. We can take them and push us ourselves into the finals here.
Absolutely
goes
great
on
to
about
see.
that. Sorry, could I think, take the stage. I think Kanye honestly had such a great opening there. And I think let you follow up on it. I said, really in a 5v3 situation while that was all going down.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, it just looks like Figure, Leventus, and Kane is here left last. Like, they don't know what to do. 1 minute 45 on the clock. They haven't started to enter the building. C4 gets roped, and oh my word, how does that connect? Oh, I am in awe.
Yeah, absolutely incredible gameplay here by MementoMori, coming in as the underdogs and taking out the ATK team so far in a 3-1 advantage. Right now in a 2v4 situation, MementoMori with 1 minute 20 seconds on the clock in round 5, starting to look very good for them.
Going into the whole map being mapped as well, being their choice, I think it was kind of given that the first map would maybe go momentum side, especially being their choice. Obviously, a map that they obviously put a lot of effort into when the event is coming in, pre-fire in every corner, try to catch a play in one of those default spots. Really well played. I mean, still far from over 2v4. The event is, of course, being heavily tagged, probably still on 25 HP, if not slightly less. Of course, Fish being played as Mossy still has his drones around the map, providing information, holding a beautiful angle from lobby. Does indeed down Leventus. Just Kansas currently all by himself, entirely sure going for the res. Will he be able to get picked off? Entirely sure right now, will he get the res? Even if he does get the res, his play will be super low still. Fish is not too far behind. He has the res going off. Busy pre-firing, shoots a drone. Honestly, waste one of the drones that could have been useful later on. Maybe not exactly to help out get information at the stage, but maybe just to watch bomb. 2 players are watching from Sunrise side.
With 18 seconds left on the clock, it's still a 2v4 situation as Canis takes out Dan the man. Leventus tries to open up the window onto a bomb. We see that Fish is down, so Pancake takes some great shots, but Fish finishes it out as he takes out Canis. Leventus finishes off Pancake in a 1v2 situation. Time runs out and MementoMori take round 5 away from ATK.
Really interesting that entire time it went down from a 2v4 all the way down to a 1v1. Unfortunately, I wasn't too sure if you're aware, but one of the players by Sunrise, of course, was downed. At that stage, the last player was, of course, defending, had to just stay alive. There was only milliseconds left before they won the round. Yes, the fuser could have been planted, but they took a gamble, and of course, it paid off. Currently 4-1 in favor of MementoMori.
Absolutely incredible gameplay here between these two teams. We have seen them slug it out, trying to fight for the spot in the final matchup in this incredible tournament that has just been underdog after underdog, taking teams out.
Honestly, very interesting turn of events. Once again, we're actually going to Kitchen this time around. Very interesting. I mean, compared to all the other maps when we think of Kitchen, a lot of players tend to avoid it. If you look at Oregon, of all the things we have casted, I mean, in people's eyes at this stage, it's either right on top, having a top floor control already, not worry about people being above you, or right at the bottom, ensuring that you already have the basement side. Going to Kitchen, of course, a very interesting map. A lot of places where people can, of course, enter from. Honestly, Kanye and, of course, Kudi, do you guys think Kitchen's a lot more difficult to attack and defend compared to the other sides on Coastline?
One of the things that really makes Kitchen accessible to a lot of teams is obviously that outside doorway as well. Most sites these days, they require a level of entry into the map to actually take the site. Let's take Aviator Games Room on Villa as an example. You need to enter into that study area before you can start to take that. The difference here with Kitchen is the fact that you can take it from outside. You don't need to enter the map to take this bomb site. And with a lot of the teams, that allows you to take your time. You can take your time to clear out that utility. You don't need to use your utility to get on into the map. So for a lot of beginning teams, it's easy to attack because you can waste your time. It's not as time oppressive. You can use a lot less utility. And at this high level of play, though, they are going to have the roamers, they can have the vertical play, they're going to have every single element against you. So it's going to be hard, but still, it's one of the better bomb sites on this map. And MementoMori defending it, it's very likely a 5-1 split is incoming.
Right now, shots are being traded, flashbangs and utilities are being used. Ready. Shots have been fired, of course, both sides have been taking damage. Once again, Fish taking a initial pick, of course, and finds himself a second one against Figure. Ready turning the initial hard against a 5v3. Of course, they were traded as well, got some heavy damage to their side. Valkyrie been falling down by James, taking on Fish. What Diffuser is down by the Pulse, who's been played by Leventus, his own teammate. Actually, not even the Pulse coming into play, but the teammate to give the friendly fire. Unfortunate turn of events, especially to see how important that play would have been. Pulse currently on 1 HP himself.
In a 2v4 situation, Leventus and Kane's just stuck, kind of surprised with the aggressiveness coming out from MementoMori. Fish on a slither of health and Pancake as well, taking some damage from all of that interaction. Looks like ATK now have control over the bar area here as they look to push towards site in Kitchen. I believe MementoMori still have 2 roamers upstairs with 2 on site.
Ready, I mean, thinking about the time, is already 50 seconds, still quite far away. The events, of course, going towards Hooker side. Quite interesting exactly how to play out, but I mean, of course, Bomb's still quite far away, still having 4 players alive. Yes, of course, Fish is 1 HP himself, but like I said it before, it doesn't make a difference between 1 HP or 100. One shot anyways can take you out, but having his ability to have his pulse out, trying to see that heartbeats coming from his sensor, of course, being really important, providing that important information that they can't get because camera's already out. We got Fish not too far behind, playing pulse, trying to pre-fire. I think he did land a few shots in, but of course was taken down by Leventus. Currently a 3v2 situation, 15 seconds on the clock, and of course Tekken.
With 10 seconds left remaining, there's not much that Canes and Leventus can do in this situation. 4 seconds remaining as the C4s come out, get shot, IQ gets taken down, so Pancake finishes it off for MementoMori, taking round 6.
It's incredible to see at this moment. 5-1 on an attacking sided map. It's looking like, well, we're gonna have a rehost, and while we are having that rehost, I actually pulled up the pool stages here just to give everyone a brief overview of how we got to this stage here in the Meraki Major. Pool B, MementoMori were in. They beat out Latin Velocity Vision, is that how you said? Knights of Neon, Team Void in their group. Finished out flawless as well. Pool D, ATK, Regside, ADG Aurora, Noodle, and V2. But actually, no, we're not going to have a rehost, so I don't have time to do my deep dive. But I'm just going to end this by saying, at the end of the day, both of these teams have come a far way. And as it stands, ATK, sure, they've done well in the past, but they haven't proven to us that much in this tournament. Sure, they went unbeaten in their group stages, but they got the bye in the first quarterfinal due to unfortunate circumstances. But as it stands, ATK, sure, they are the team we'll know and love, but MementoMori, they've done a lot more to get to this point. They had an absolutely grueling game against Titan Odyssey. I believe that was Monday evening. So as it stands, MementoMori, to me, they've already proven a lot more than ATK, and especially when we're considering how they've done in this game. ATK, I'm sorry, boys, 5-1 down. 2 more rounds and MementoMori take this 2-0. It's not looking good.
Yeah, as Kanye is saying there, it's definitely not looking good for the ATK team here. A very surprising match, I'm sure, for a lot of the viewers. It's something that, getting ready for this matchup, speaking around to other people, it's definitely not something I don't think anyone actually predicted happening, but it's great to see the level of gameplay coming out of the South African esports community. MementoMori showing that, there's more than just one team out here that is formidable.
So going back to that same notes, I mean, pretty much a Deadly and Kulav matchup. We knew it would be close. Of course, both teams have proved themselves to get to this point now in its semi-finals. But of course, I mean, at this stage, like already one map going one way, and seeing how far MementoMori have taken it this far, might as well win it. But of course, ATK is still very well known team that they are. At this stage, I'm not going to choose any favoritism, stay neutral throughout everything. But Ready will play Dan the Man. Spotted player on top of the floor. Ready will good spot from him. Not taking any damage. I don't even think the player rotating back to side even realized. ATK making use of the deployable shields throughout, making sure they have plenty of different, if I even say, stages to fall back up on. Worst comes to worst. MementoMori actually still attacking. I mean, already 1 minute 50 seconds going down. Drones have gone through. The Ventus might have been droned out of the spot, already being pre-fired by the opposing team.
ATK kind of going in nice and slow here, really trying to, I guess, Corsair being extremely aggressive, trying to match the aggressiveness of MementoMori here and getting punished for it. Looking at a 4v5 situation here with 1 minute 30 seconds on the clock. MementoMori have a good portion of the map secured for themselves now.
Right now making their way towards side. Unfortunately, Corsair was taken down. Ready in a 4v5 situation, still pretty early on considering how these games have been going. ATK really like to take their time, especially when they were attacking. But now, of course, once you're defending, all they do is play sides. But I mean, with momentum already having so much access towards sides, Dan the Man already pretty much inside, making his way towards sides. Pretty interesting how this all playing down. Leventus does take down AML, bring it back to a 4v4 situation. Ready, shots have been traded. Dan the Man, who previously playing where he was ready, will play, taking down a figure, bringing it back to a 4v3, giving him once again a player advantage.
Incredible to see the attacking side of MementoMori here. ATK not really sure how to deal with the push here from MementoMori. B window, but finishes it up. Fish falls with the peek through the window. We see the first gas canister coming out. Shots going down as JMS falls to Fish. Dan the Man takes out Keynes.
Right now in a 3v1 situation. Diffuser is going down. Aventus left by himself. Currently roaming, trying to catch any player off guard. Maybe holding a very long angle, trying to catch off the player. But right now, Tom is taken down, going all the way up from lobby's stairs. Has to go taking a route all the way towards Aquarium side. Very interesting choice. Of course, still having 3 players alive. At this stage, 27 seconds on the clock. ADS system still coming into effect, so at least he's got that going for him. Does take down Fish. Currently in a 1v2, super low himself, but so is Sir Pancake. If he can isolate this player, bring it to a 1v1 and then land the final shot, he can win a beautiful angle. But Dan, the Man, taking on Leventus, and of course, winning round 7, having a 6-1 lead against ATK.
Absolutely monstrous round there by MementoMori, showing that it wasn't just because they were on defense, but now they've taken match points going into the 8th round. They're going to, it looks like ATK is going to try and defend hookah and billiards room as MementoMori start bringing out operators such as Nomad, possibly for that aggressiveness that we saw in the last round from Corsa.
Yeah, as it stands, 10-4. Fish is fragging out, and Figure on ATK, he has the most kills for his team. Actually, no, sorry, Leventus has. He is currently equalizing the 3rd player on MementoMori, and that's telling you how one-sided, lopsided this is. 6-1. Not gonna lie, I had massive saves vibes when he clutched out for Navi Esports and Tokename during the grand final, but eventually the clutch didn't come out, and as it stands 6-1, they're going to Hookah and Billiards, and well, MementoMori one player is disconnected, so I believe we're gonna go have a rehost, so I will leave it to you beautiful boys to cast this.
Honestly, Konya, thanks for, of course, being very motivational, very supportive of us. So yes, the rehost is indeed happening. At this stage, it's honestly match points. If MementoMori indeed do win this, they will take the entire thing, go straight to the finals. But I think it's very important at this stage for both sides to take this little bit of time that they do have. Yes, of course, a rehost, a player disconnected, maybe it's Wi-Fi issues, technical issues, maybe even a substitute will be brought in. But this is honestly very important time. Yes, it's not, of course, on purpose, but might as well make use of every situation where you can. If, of course, ATK, of course, being an honestly, right now, not really being at the lead. Obviously, if I could say, being the underdogs of this map, of course, being their choice. If they can just make use of this time, figure out where they went wrong, working slowly but surely, try to figure out what they can do. Maybe just try a new strat, something completely wild, something crazy, something out there that no one would expect. Maybe not something that they're well known for.
You know, the one silver lining I thought ATK still had was the side switch. They were heading onto their defensive side. Things looked like they might swing around, but after losing that first one, I do not know. 5 rounds that you need to claw back before you can head into overtime. At this point, if I'm a MementoMori, I'm going to start using, what is her name, Amaru. Like, at this point, sure, Odyssey threw when they started playing Amaru, but at this point, they have such a big lead. I don't like to be biased, but I don't think there's a way they can throw this. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I think I almost don't even know what ATK can do better. I mean, I really just think MementoMori are outclassing them right now, which is actually great to see. It's always great to have such surprises in tournaments like this.
Going on that same note, like I said, going on what you both have said right now, I mean, both obviously playing really well in their own respective fields, but at this stage, I mean, even if MementoMori doesn't have the best run in, of course, this rehost now, they can still lose 4 rounds and just win 1 and take everything. That's a lot of leeway to have, especially to see exactly how early it is. Of course, everything's still getting set up, guys, of course, with the rehost, banning of the players and all those cool things. But honestly, at this stage, I'd love to see what they bring back. I see Kanye is unmuted. Kanye is ready to get involved. Honestly, I'm so excited to see 3 casters in one room, seeing such 2 titans within the Siege PC community going at it. I don't think anybody within this community can ask for more.
Yeah, this is what we've all been waiting for. I mean, at the end of the day, even when there's one dominating team in SA, that is bringing publicity to SA esports. But when you have a lot of teams that can compete, that's to the next level. When you have teams that can push up day after day and just show every team, when you have the landscape where every team can beat every team, and that being at the utmost level of competitive esports, it's an amazing thing to see. And this is just simply amazing for the SA scene as a whole, because think about it. Sure, you've had ATK, they've been the giants, and they're everyone knows them. Even people not from South Africa, people not even in the sub-Saharan region know what ATK are. They know what they've done in the CSGO scene, whatever. These guys have a past. But when you have even more teams climbing onto that and just giving the scene the representation it needs, I am absolutely loving it, and I am here for the ride. Boys, I'm going to give this one to you. It's the last, potentially the last round. MementoMori, ATK. I believe already all the players are in the lobby, so plays, Mr. Kudu, you boys got this.
Thanks so much for that. All that analysis, Kanye, absolutely helping us out a ton here. Really giving some great insights into the inside workings of this team. It is great to see, as he said, things like this happening to the African esports community. It doesn't just help these specific teams out, but it draws attention to our entire industry as a whole. Down here, which is really just great to see. And having these teams clash against each other like this helps them both become better. And hopefully we'll see the teams like this or these players start stepping onto the international scene.
I think especially how important it is for South Africans to get our name out there. I think Siege, of course, really been an awesome game, very tactical out there, being a very big esports game itself, going straight into it, haven't given us service in the past. Yes, of course, now we have a chance to represent ourselves, but of course, having players from overseas, even bigger names out there, maybe bigger organizations, to see what type of level of players that we actually do have. I think definitely having 200 ping in the past, yes, made, of course, isn't really fair by any means, but it has made us hardy gamers. We still, I think, Africa is one of the untouched talents of the world in terms of esports. Give a player the right equipment, give a player the right service, give them the right situation, maybe even environment, and you'll see them pop off. They will make sure to represent. They'll give back to you what you give back. And I think these players are literally doing their best to represent. Of course, Meraki Major being hosted by the Meraki side, giving these players an opportunity to perform in front of not only us, the casters, but you guys as the viewers, all of you, seeing these players at their finest.
It's absolutely great to see. Yeah, again, thank you all, everyone, for tuning in and supporting this tournament as well as these players. These players have put in a lot of hard work to get to this point, and them showing off their skills to you is exactly what they want to do.
Ready popping this round off. Still early stages, only 20 seconds have pretty much gone by, going towards start. Of course, MementoMori on this side attacking while ATK do defend. We have 3 players making their way towards hooker side, and of course Fish towards pool table. He's honestly trying to catch up Kansas. James already takes down Fish, but Diffuser is going down. Dame the man gets the trade against Trends. So there we go, pulls back. MementoMori, Diffuser in hand. Now it's a 3v3 situation. A beautiful trade by Fish against, of course, Kansas. Of course, here on AM. Oh, Dan the man finding another player, which of course in a 3v2 situation. MementoMori, 2 players, super low HP. Still in a 3v2, very interesting how to play out. There we go, bring it back to a 2v2. Levent is taking on Fish. This match is going fast and it's going quick. Very aggressive plays from both sides. Pre-fire is coming in.
Absolutely incredible as we see Figure going for the defuse here. One gets downed as he holds for the defuse, and he gets the defuse off. ATK managed to clutch that round back up after MementoMori went for the quick plant.
Figure has got some big kahunas to clutch that one up. I was gonna say this ended in a poetic way if that went MementoMori's way, because it would have told me that ATK, even in the final round, even at their last play, weren't able to push back and realize that's how MementoMori plays. That is what they do. They rush in, they try and get it. If that had ended the way of MementoMori, I would have said, ATK, what the hell are you doing? Because even them just getting the plant down is telling me they aren't somehow realizing what MementoMori are doing. They are feeling themselves, they are getting the kills, not necessarily just playing off of strats. And really, that clutch from the Mozzie, well done, my guy. That is going to give ATK a breath of fresh air. That clutch, it's going to get the adrenaline pumping, and hopefully we're going to see a series on our hands.
Honestly, at that note, I'm already going down to the last few players. Eventually, then the 1v2, of course, in favor of ATK. The MementoMori played, of course, knocked down one of the players, but the defuse was still going down. Came down to the last couple of seconds. I mean, just the fact that the defuse pretty much got onto start, the defuse went down. Everything was trading back-to-back shots, back-to-back frags. Very well played from both sides. I don't think any side will be complaining how that round went. Yes, I'm like I see the chat now, very excited how it's going, but honestly, what an amazing game so far on our hands. Like I said, at this stage, it could still be far from over. ATK basically gaining momentum. Maybe this could be the turning point for them to bring the game back, but as I said before, even if they MementoMori lose 3 rounds, they'll still be on match point if ATK likes it or not.
I was going to say ATK are going to have to win 4 more rounds in a row to take this to overtime. As much as I want to say that would happen and give us one hell of an incredible game, I almost highly doubt it after seeing so many rounds being dominated here by MementoMori.
Ready 30 seconds gone past, of course, holding towards Ketchen's side. players already making it through. We have quite a few roamers at this stage, which have proved really effective in, of course, this game alone. Having top ground control, AML busy spraying down, of course, ready receiving a bad innover, but getting information for his teammate, trying to shoot him. He does indeed hit Figure, calls it outside. I'm sorry, busy playing this Valkyrie, busy peeking outside, gets heavily tagged as well for 24 HP. Every little bit of HP does count. Fish not too far behind, currently playing blue bar, catches Corso on the rotate to get the trade on Fish, and therefore we're back to a 4v4 situation.
Absolutely slugs coming out right here by these two teams. Very, very aggressive gameplay here. Looks like MementoMori have control over blue bar here as AML takes out Figure, putting them into a 4-3 lead with a minute 35 seconds left on the clock.
Ready, time still ticking down. The ATK boys playing back to back off one another, have still the deployable shields, still have different utilities like the ADSs. Some of the Valkyrie cams still being in play at this stage because of not on the second side, also making use of their drones, still finding information, knowing Kansas on start. Of course, the Vent is doing a run up, super aggressive, but more play all things favor. He does indeed tag one of the bad operating members of the team, takes down Sir Pancake, the Fish, taking on Kansas, who was last seen on start. Brought it back to a 3v2. Leventus is down. It's up to James to clutch, doesn't win it back, but Dan the man wins the game, therefore wins the entire tournament. MementoMori brings it back. So this is, of course, guys, Rainbow Six Siege, the PC side of esports. What an amazing game. Nothing more you can ask for. MementoMori already becoming the underdogs. This is your David versus Goliath game. Coming past and bringing it back. Honestly, I can't think this was even possible. We knew it'll be a 2-0. We honestly thought it'd be the other way around. It has been such a big name, so much fear behind ATK and MementoMori. Honestly, being like I said before, the underdogs coming past, doing their thing, representing, of course, everyone across all these different scenes, all the different esports games. Just saying, cool, you might have a name behind you, but guess what? There's still untouched talent that you might have overlooked, and we're waiting to represent. Honestly, Cody, I don't know if there's anything else you want to add. Kanye, honestly, I'm thrilled. I'm excited. I don't know what else to say. I'm super excited at this point.
Yeah, I think it's that was. I'm almost still kind of shocked with that game. Prepping for this, everyone just kept saying to me like, yeah, it should be a quick game, 2-0 to ATK. Maybe MementoMori will put up 1 or 2 rounds, and it turned into the exact opposite. So it definitely shows that any team can really come out here and show their class and prove to the rest of the industry that they are a team to be taken very, very seriously. I think MementoMori moving into the finals now are definitely going to be seen as the favorites for the final, which I mean is going to be absolutely incredible given this tournament so far.
Yeah, I think literally just the viewership we had on the stream should tell you what people were thinking. People were absolutely shocked in chat to see this. I mean, it's been a long time coming over these 2 maps, but I mean, we peaked at 110 viewers now. That's the most I believe I've ever had on a single cast. That is bonkers, and it's telling me people were like, people were playing ranked tonight, and they heard on the Discord, wait, MementoMori is winning at the moment? I better watch this. And well, MementoMori, they took it. GG boys, this has been a long time coming. I've been saying you guys have potential, and I'm glad to see it finally picked up on the biggest platform basically SA has ever seen. 110 views, like I said. It's bonkers, and well, it's a good type of bonkers because a growth in any scene is good for everyone involved. Plet and Kudu, you guys have absolutely well done for this cast. I mean, I was literally, like I said, I was playing ranked. I came on, I saw you guys were casting, and I got hyped just from listening to you guys. That's literally how I was busy drinking my Monster. I got hyped from listening to you guys, and I said, oh, I might want to join this. And here I am, and here we are witnessing what just happened, and I am happy, my guy.
Honestly, Kanye as well, Kudi, and of course, I would have been the big boss of the whole tournament. Guys, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity, the high praise and support, of course, from the community, honestly, just giving the chance to witness such high-level gameplay. Honestly, I'm thrilled. Honestly, of course, being very new casters for the Siege side of things. Honestly, Kudi, I think just the whole fact that we even made it to this point, thinking how great the stream was for the semi-finals. Imagine what the finals will do. Of course, MementoMori made it all the way to the finals, worked really hard until this point and made a name for themselves. Now they'll be one of the teams to look out for.
Yeah, absolutely well deserved there for MementoMori. It's going to be great watching them in the finals. Really happy to be casting them once again there. Yeah, again, huge thanks out to absolutely everyone for tuning in. Thanks for showing your guys support. These players definitely deserve all of the love and support. Make sure you follow this team page because this has been one hell of an incredible tournament being put on, really helping our entire industry grow here in South Africa. It's really good to see. I'm really hoping we continue this incredible growth and we start taking things internationally soon.
Once again, from my side, guys, I'm players are contacting us for coming past. And I think that's from my side as well, from Kudu and Konya. I don't know if you guys want to say your goodbyes, and we'll definitely catch you guys again next time. Same time, same place tomorrow, and of course Saturday and then Sunday. Such amazing games throughout the whole time. So guys, yeah, we're going to go to an interview with the MementoMori captain, and honestly to see straight away with how he is going to obviously see his point of view, see how excited he was, what was going through the captain's mind throughout the whole thing. So can we please just welcome Mr. Odin. Welcome, Odin. So being, of course, the captain for MementoMori, you guys had such a good live versus David versus Goliath, of course, win. Such an amazing feat that you guys accomplished today. How are you feeling? How's your guys' mindset right now?
We can't believe it right now. Like, we're out of the mind. Like, Jesus. Like, I can't even, like, the whole day I was fucked up. Like, I couldn't, my heartbeat was so fucking high. And now it's higher even more. But yeah, like, we had 2 days to prepare properly against ATK. And we used fucking 24 hours to prepare this match. And it fucking worked out. Like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy how much we worked for this.
One
And
of my
yeah.
biggest questions now is how did you guys strat? Because it looked like sure you were playing in the strats, but you guys were just absolutely playing out of your minds. What were those kills, bro? You were swinging everything and just getting kills. How?
Well, we basically learned our lesson from Odyssey when we played against them.
Definitely.
Arcade later on told us, like, if you play aggressive, people will get scared and they will, like, step down. And that's the only reason we actually got the comeback and considered, because after them losing 2 rounds or something, they stepped down. And then that's when we got the comeback. And so we went with the same mindset into the game against ATK and just said from the start on, we're gonna just start with full power and just go for the kills. We're gonna hunt them. We're gonna let them play our game, not we're gonna play their map. Their map. That's what we actually used to do. We used to play for them, but now they play for us. So yeah.
Sure, absolutely incredible. Well done to you and your guys' team. It's I'm sure you guys are going to go celebrate tonight. Very well deserved, and yeah, good luck with the finals.
Yeah, I have a few more questions if you don't mind, but
Oh, of course.
yeah. So obviously you guys had the recent massive roster shuffle coming your way.
Yeah.
You guys used to be a good team, but it seems you've just absolutely stepped it into another gear. Obviously, you picked up quite a few players. I actually, excuse me, I can't remember if you were on the original squad. I'm gonna get flamed for this, but how big of a change do you think that has been for your overall team? Because you were good in the past, but now you beat the Titans.
Well, I'm gonna talk from the past. Usually, like, I joined in May, and like I came from nothing. I just moved here to South Africa and find the boys in rank, and then I joined them. And our roster was Skippy, Mars, Julian, and Enjoy, and Dan. And after time, Julian had to stop playing actively, and then we had Kiver, a great support and sub for us. But then our player Mars, he had like work problems. Like, he worked so much, he couldn't even play for us anymore. Then Skippy had to concentrate on school, and then we decided, like, we had a great opportunity to Fish and AML were not really happy with the old roster anymore after Figure left. So we just merged together. Then we picked up Pancake, who was also looking for a team at that time, and that's what happened. And now with this new roster, like, the level of experience is like much more higher than it used to be before. So now I can in-game lead easier. Like, if you want to do adaptations mid-game, especially in attack, it's easier to explain it to them than the old roster, and that's what I think made us so good right now in attack. And then, yeah, they have more free time to work on on Rainbow Six, basically.
Definitely, it's been a long time coming. I mean, you guys have been grinding this out so much. I remember back in the day, it was 4 months ago probably. I casted a game between you and ATK in the African R6 League. I don't know if you can remember that, but
I wasn't there in the roster yet.
makes sense. But it keeps on telling me that it's one of the best underdog stories I've been able to follow, because you guys have, like you said, players had to leave this roster because of adversities, but you guys have just been keeping grinding. You've overcome adversities to get to this point, and at this point in time, I think the general consensus is you beat ATK. So, question mark: are you the kings of SA now?
I don't think so yet. Like
Well-
ATK is still a so fucking good game, if I can say it like that. Team, sorry. But we just had our good day, and like we've been together 4 months and 4 weeks now, and like we couldn't even swim for the 4 weeks because of load shedding, all this stuff. So we're still gonna be much better in the future. But right now, I think we the top team of SA, like one of the top teams of SA for sure. But like I want to crown myself the best team in SA, because everyone can still win against us, I think, if we have a bad day. And yeah, I want to be overconfident. But yeah, I think now we show that we're not anymore like a mid to good team anymore. Now we are a good team, and I'm so happy about that.
Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for jumping in with us and giving us some insight into that. Thanks for Kanye for those questions that were going back, deep into MementoMori's history as a team. It's great to actually learn about all of that, because I had absolutely no idea.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
is it
quite
done now?
interesting. So, Odin, yeah, dude, thank you so much for coming past. Honestly, like I said, once again, just congratulate the team, congratulate the
Yeah.
boys. Honestly, you guys did really well, and we would love to see you guys perform once again. Honestly, you guys really do deserve a break now. Congratulations. You guys are now, in my eyes, definitely the ones to look out for, and we'll definitely see you guys again.
Well, I hope we have an interview again on Sunday. So see you then. Bye.
Oh, the
Sounds
man
good.
is
Thank you for
cocky.
all for the tournament, by the way.
Awesome to see.
Yeah, it's incredible to see players just absolutely ecstatic. I mean, there's no other way to describe how that man was feeling. You could hear it through his words.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, it's you get a feeling of how genuinely this man is. He's feeling he made it. There's no other word for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can hear the adrenaline in his voice. It's kind of like shaky. You almost can't believe it. But also, I mean, super humbling to hear him say. I mean, when you asked if he thinks that his team is now the best in SA, he was pretty happy to say that any team can beat them. He's just happy with his team's performance today, and they look to grow from here.
I think I couldn't word it better myself, and I think the best way to see how they perform once again is towards the finals. I think before we sit or not, all of us been, I don't want to say officially fanboys of this, of course, the community once again, but of these teams. I think we'll definitely catch them again next time once they play in the finals, which will take place on Sunday. So before we continue this, guys, I thank you once again for tuning in and having such a great time with us, watching one of the best games we've ever casted, and of course being surrounded with such amazing people. And it's only possible because of you guys coming in, tuning in, supporting us. And once again, thank you so much for the Meraki side for having us and hosting such an amazing tournament for the esports scene within South Africa.
Thanks so much, guys.
careful, son. But we were flames and fell in love. We burned the cities down, down. Fire into the sun. You won't be lonely if you fall in love. Over and over again and again.